Good news, IONNA is now out of its beta test and is ready for full national release. A press release just came out from Hyundai with some news about the IONNA charging network. If you're not familiar with IONNA, it is a new charging network that is taking shape here in the United States, and it's backed by some of the biggest names in automotive across the industry. As usual, I got to refer to the list: BMW, General Motors, Honda, Hyundai, Kia, Mercedes-Benz, Stellantis, and Toyota. But anyway, today they've announced that they are out of beta testing, and they did announce some new things coming to their rechargeries. So let's dive into this press release and talk about it. So at this point, I am lucky enough to have used 3 separate IONNA charging stations just in the past couple months. So I went down to Apex, North Carolina for the out-of-spec Cars and Coffee / stress test of the first rechargery at the end of December. And then on my road trip back with the new Ioniq 5 from Colorado to Boston, I ended up utilizing 2. One in, I believe, Springfield, Ohio at a Sheetz, and then in Scranton, Pennsylvania at another Sheetz location. So I've used 3 out of, I think, probably the 6 active IONNA stations across the country. So that's pretty cool. But either way, love the stations. They're in great locations. The hardware is excellent. Everything works as it's supposed to. Sans not having plug-in charge yet, but that's mostly on Hyundai at this point. But yeah, both stations I stopped at, there was nobody else at. I had free reign over those charging stations on my road trip. It's just very nice to have a reliable place to get some food, a bathroom, within 100 or so feet of the charger. I will say I have one complaint about the IONNA in Scranton that I stopped at. I had been driving through a snowstorm for basically 13 hours at that point, and I got to the station and I saw that they have their little windshield washer fluid wands, and I was excited because the car was just coated in ice and salt and grime. And of course, I went to grab it and pull it out, and it was empty. There was no fluid in it. So that was kind of a letdown. I guarantee you they wouldn't let that happen at the gas pumps at a Sheetz. I'm really looking forward to what they're going to do with the rest of 2025, and it sounds like it's shaping up well. They have over 100 contracted sites at this point, and we're seeing on PlugShare news about these new sites popping up almost every day. Even on I-70 when I was going through Kansas, there was a station that was being built in Abilene, Kansas. I actually stopped in Abilene and utilized the Pilot Flying J EV Go station. But yeah, that is a rechargery there. There's going to be a bunch of chargers as well as a barbecue restaurant, which is pretty cool. So in the press release, they're saying this week, these stations in both Houston and that one in Abilene are going to be opening for use. And they are saying another station in Wilcox, Arizona is joining the list of stations that are currently under construction. And when they break ground for these things, they go up pretty quick. We're talking roughly about a couple months to get these things built. So in the press release, they say after a rigorous testing phase in late 2024, they completed more than 4,400 charging sessions in this beta phase on 80 different electric cars. They dispensed 63 megawatt hours of energy over those 4,400 charging sessions. So on average, that's only about 14 kilowatt hours per charging session. Interesting. So IONNA is saying in this press release, in 2025, they're going to bring over 1,000 additional charging bays online. That's wild because they just got the first one opened at the end of December. So if you divide that by 10 cables at each charging station, which seems to be about the average, it seems like they're doing about 5 dedicated chargers, each having 2 handles outputting 200 kilowatts. That means we should be seeing about 100 stations open by the end of this year. That's just very impressive. And they're also still saying within 5 years, they're going to have 30,000 charging bays. What's really nice to see, though, is that IONNA is prioritizing getting the chargers in the ground, not necessarily completely finishing the build out at a particular station, but they did have a sticker on the chargers that said, don't worry, the canopies are coming at some point in 2025. I don't remember exactly what they said, but yeah, they're not letting that hold back them opening these chargers for just general use by people. And I'm fine with that. It would have been really nice to have the canopy, but I still would rather just get a solid charging session and get a little wet than avoid that station because it's still under construction. I think it might be a similar story in Abilene where they have the chargers, but the barbecue restaurant isn't quite ready to open. So It's just going to be a charging station for now, and I'm perfectly fine with that. IONNA is also going to be leading the charge with bringing in technology into these charging stations. So they mentioned here in the press release, beginning in Q1 of 2025 at the Garner, North Carolina location, IONNA will introduce computer vision powered by AI and sensor fusion technology to enable automated grab-and-go offerings. This is made possible by collaborating with Amazon and leveraging their industry-leading Just Walk Out technology. These cutting-edge retail spaces will allow drivers to grab refreshments and essentials 24/7 and without checkout lines. So you guys might have seen this before. There's a few of these Amazon Go stores. I think a lot of them are up in like the Seattle area near Amazon's headquarters, but basically you just walk into the store. I think you have to scan a QR code to get into the store, but then you just walk around, add what you want into your bag, and then you just walk out. Then you just get a receipt via email. I guess they use a lot of sensors, cameras, and stuff to kind of see what you picked off the shelf and put in your bag. I've personally never experienced one of these stores, so I'm probably not the best person to comment on it. So something that's really important that they do mention here towards the end of the press release is that plug-in charge is going to be coming to more of the cars from the automakers involved with IONNA. This is critically important because right now, getting IONNA running, you do have to tap to pay or swipe a credit card or something. There's no plug-in charge for Hyundai or Kia at this point in time. So I really hope that that gets implemented like they're saying here sometime this year. Especially having experienced EVgo's auto charge on my road trip, it's just so nice to just get out of your car, plug in, get right back in, and then it just initiates. You don't have to do anything with an app. It just works. They're also talking about more integration directly with your car. They say through vehicle integration, IONNA will also enable features like AI-driven smart reservation / route optimization, in-car payments, and other features. The most integration-rich charging network in America is on its way. I'm personally just getting kind of sick of everybody throwing AI into every single thing they talk about. Whatever, if it can get me to my destination quicker or reserve me a charging spot when there might be a line, great. With my 2025 Ioniq 5, I am not going out of my way to go to Electrify America anymore. I do get some charging credits for ChargePoint and EVgo through the ChargePoint app, but I am no longer feeling like I am tied to EA just because it's free. And that's why on my road trip, I utilized EVgo, Tesla, IONNA. So yeah, there's a lot more options out there besides just EA. And I'm hoping to spend a lot more time at IONNA stations this year. So anyway, guys, if you liked today's video, give it a thumbs up. Check out my store at ioniqguy.com for accessories for your Hyundai, Kia, or Genesis EV. And as always, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody.